I'm here thinking to myself about the American confirmation hearing. I'm saying to myself, how every single time a confirmation hearing held in the United States, 99% of the time, those people got confirmed. Um, Donald Trump confirmation cabinet that were held um, in Congress or the Senate, whatever you want to call it, they take days, 2 to 3 weeks, to confirm 2 or 3 persons. And American people, they sit back and watch their money. That's taxpayers' money, the American people. It doesn't happen here in Jamaica. It doesn't happen. It's a small country, and it doesn't happen in the Caribbean like that. I don't even know how taxpayers can allow the government to take their millions and millions and millions of dollars for a confirmation hearing that almost gonna be certain for whoever the president pick is gonna get confirmed. It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of those poor American taxpayers' money. People have to work so hard in that country through snow, rain, uh, you name it, because I visited America and I saw that they have to go through hell to survive, most of those people. They have to work, in winter time and summertime. The air condition have to keep running, especially the people who live on the East Coast, meaning New York, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and up New York, anywhere up in state, um, Virginia, uh, Carolinas. Those people, they get snow and bad winter and storm every year, and they have to pay taxes. Some of those people can't even put food on their table. And those people in Congress, you check how many people in Congress and how many people in the Senate. You're talking about maybe about 600. Each state have two senators, I think, and then there is over 400 and maybe 60 people that make up the House. The House is different from the Senate, and there's two representatives in the Senate, I think, and all those people are at the confirmation hearing, and taxpayers' money have to pay, and those people just sit there for days and days. And even as bad as those picks that the president made, that most time the president, each both party, not only one party, but this particular election where Donald Trump picked some people that have no idea what they were doing, and they still got confirmed. They still got confirmed. The Kennedys family, they were asking not to confirm the guy Kennedy. His own family is against him because they don't know what he's doing. He's against vaccine, he's against a lot of stuff. Then you have the person who in charge of, what's his name? He used to work at Fox News. It's like Donald Trump just picked up somebody off the street and said, this is who I want. Chelsea Gabbard, although she's a Vladimir Putin supporter, based on what I heard, she's not that bad because she served her country. She served the military. She's from Samoa, some territory of the U.S. that only have about 400 people living there. She got one of the high post job in the United States. So what bothered most people and what bothered me I'm not an American. It shouldn't bother me, but it's just I feel bad for the. I really felt bad for the people who live in the United States because those people that they just picked up off the street and confirmed them to run the government, and you have people that never run for politics like Elon Musk, and those other people. They never ever run. And all the other guys that run for the Constitution, they're being overlooked for those top positions. The guy who represent their states, the guys who represent their district or their community or their constituency, whatever you call it. Those guys didn't get a job. I'm not sorry for the black people who don't get a job because they were, if you watch them on TV, um, right here in Jamaica and the Caribbean, we watch those people on TV. The world watch those TV, especially that stupid guy from down by Carolina. His name is Tim, whatever his name is, Tim Scott. Tim Scott would go down on his knees for Donald Trump, would bend on his knee. I didn't even mention his name. At one point, he thought he was going to be vice president. Vice president for what? You know, look at all those people that were campaigning for Donald Trump, especially the blacks. You know, I know one in Florida. He didn't campaign, but he's a Trump. He's a die-hearted Trump supporter. You know, and I'm not gonna call his name, but I'm telling you, those people who support Donald Trump, I mean, they did not get one single position. I'm here down. I'm just laughing at these people and say, man, American politics is crazy. American people, you got to start saying to yourself, leave politics alone. Don't even donate to those people. You got to pull up your socks because that country is crazy. That country is crazy. And one other thing that you guys have to look into is that a lot of the stuff that you eat and drink in the United States, it came from other countries. It might be coming from India, Brazil, the Caribbean, even Cuba. Everywhere there's some contribution of foods that don't grow in the United States. United States cannot feed the world because the stuff that they feed the world with is stuff that they bought from other country. So if there's a storm coming in the United States, everything fly off the shelf. They have no food leave. When there's a problem in the shipping industry or there's a strike or anything, everything shut down in America. So don't people keep on believing that America is a great country. Don't get me wrong. If I should choose to live in a country, I rather live in America, England, Germany, Canada. Everywhere else, they will kidnap you. They kidnap you for walking in China. You can't go to the Koreas, one of those Korea, North Korea or something like that. You can't go to Russia because they always be framing people most time, say, oh, you got weed. Then you can't go in the Middle East. Where can you go in the Middle East? So you can't go anywhere. So I choose America, Canada, Germany, and a few more European countries. That's where you can go. But all those people that go into China and go into the Middle East, and good luck. They grab you down there, you on your own. Even if you're my kids and they grab you down there, you're on your own. But I want the American people to start realizing that that what they're voting for, both party, they're not getting. They're not getting. Because I heard that there's shortage of eggs, there's bird flu, there is all kind of story here. And this was just last year. A couple for a couple months they couldn't get baby feed from anywhere. They have to get baby feeding from Germany. They don't have no Similac or whatever it have to give to the babies. They have to get it from Germany. You know, now you heard about all these tariff from on Canada and all of those stuff, and people going to have to pay more. And what is all that about, man? You vote for it. The president told you what he was going to do before he do it, although he's doing worse than what he's saying. Because when some people were talking about what he's going to do from the Project 25 that they were talking about, that he said he know nothing about Project 25. Most of the thing that going on now is coming straight out of that Project 25 book that the president said he never. The other thing is Elon Musk that interfere with you American, all you Americans. Elon Musk is not an American. At the end of the day, he might not like you. I can't say. He like the money. He like to say, I'm the richest man in the world. He had that title. He probably not the richest man in the world because there's so many dictators that run countries. There's so many leaders that run countries that maybe have way more money than Elon Musk. Because if you remember when the war started in Ukraine, the guy that was running the Chelsea football club over in London, he have to sell his stake or sell the club and go back to Russia. And it's not even England or and Russia who are having a problem. It was Ukraine versus Russia in that war. And yet he have to sell his team. So, and he had to, because Vladimir Putin could be the world richest person. It could be Xi from China. It could be several people that possibly richer than Elon Musk. But they're not going up front to say they're rich, because if you do your research, there's a thing they call the shell companies. Have you ever heard of shell companies? It's not the gas station. Shell companies is people run an offshore. It's like Fort Knox, where you know all the goals are in America, and where they keep the goals and stuff like that. It's something like that, where the shell company hide money for the rich guy. They're the one who the shell company. It's well known. United States for years saying they're gonna get involved and try to get rid of those shell company, the money that the shell companies are hiding for the rich guy. But they never did. And probably they can't, because they're offshore. They're probably in places like Switzerland, Cayman, all over the world. They have shell companies that keep people money, world leaders. And so, those are things that, a lot of people don't know about. So back to this the people of the United States. They got to sharpen your head, because the politicians, they tell you what you want to hear and you believe. I agree with Donald Trump throwing out all those people that cross the border illegal because of what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden. I remember watching on TV down here, and some people that were crossing the border and say, "Oh, it's crossing the border." They said Joe Biden said they can come. You know, and I agree with a lot of the people being getting deported. I agree with it. You know, I agree with send them back, even the one that from here is send them back. You know, not all of them. Some of them is genuinely trying to find to make a better living, but some of them is not to no good. So I am not disagreeing with Donald Trump sending them back home. That's a good thing he's doing, but the rest of the thing that he's doing against your own American people is no good. Honestly. Politics is not something that people should get involved with, but I like to watch election. I like to watch the result coming, and I like to watch the American, um, the American election, because there's nowhere in the world you can get this kind of stuff. Watching the count coming in, you don't get those things in Europe. You don't see anything. You can't see anything from Europe. And America, I am happy that America is the world power, or the world leader, or police the world, whatever you want to call it, because they are the only one that let the rest of the world see what's going on. They lead from the front. So I don't have anything against that. I love that. If it wasn't for American, there wouldn't be no ESPN. Sports is my ESPN is my sports station. I'm mixing up everything in one because, you know, I if I wouldn't have, I can't even see BBC sports. You can't see anything because the British did have it in their hand, but because they're so stingy and want everything for themselves, that's the reason why you can't get anything from them. And that's the reason why they have to be following behind the United States. Because they don't, they don't do anything for the rest of the world. They wanted to rule the world before America came in. So I'm not blaming too much on America. I can't blame them because they share with the rest of the world. The British don't. The British don't share with the rest of the world. That's why you never hear too much about them. You hear about Great Britain and that's all. Great Britain don't do anything for you. America did. You can change your life. You know, you get opportunity in America. You can change your life if you go to America. And I hope I go to America one day. Might be too late, but I'll try. I'm gonna go to the embassy next week and get me a visa. If they give it to me, I'll be over there. Because you can be as whole as I am. I'll be able to possible make a get the life-changing opportunity in America. I'm not going there for the food or anything like that. I'm going there for the money. They have it like that. And you can make money if you're in America. You can if you know what you're doing. It's a lot of opportunities, really is. So American people, don't allow the government, do not donate any money to those people running for election because they're not doing anything in Congress. They sit in Congress and they allow the president, whatever the president says, the Republican Party is 100% beyond and behind the president. 100%. They support the president. No matter what is all when he's doing the wrong thing, they still support him. And a lot of people know that he's doing the wrong thing, and they still support him. They support the president because, and they, all of those people that the president picked is not people that know what they're doing. It's not the regular politician. He chooses people that don't know anything about politics like himself. He don't know anything about politics, and he's depending on an advisor. And he don't like those other advisors that he used to have. So he chose Elon Musk. And Elon Musk glad for the opportunity because he's from South Africa and he cannot run for president. So he have one person that he can use, that he can go through is Donald Trump. And he only have one shot at it. Elon Musk only have one shot of being into the Oval Office. He's not going to be in there again because I can tell you, Republicans don't like him. Democrats don't like him. His people that work with him don't like him. But they have to do what he says because he's the boss. They don't like Elon Musk. Especially they know he's from South Africa. I would never be a favorite of Elon Musk, not because Elon Musk, but because the South Africa thing. Anytime you talk about South Africa, the memory go back to Nelson Mandela apartheid. You go back to see how people suffer in South Africa. You know, and he is from South Africa. And how does he have become the richest man in the world? His investment should make him the richest man in the world, because I thought to myself that people who invest in oil, crude oil, any oil, like in the Middle East, I thought they're the richest people in the world. That was my belief because of oil. People been fighting for oil for years. United States been fighting for oil. People died. Gaddafi died. Saddam Hussein died. Many people died that from over those parts of the world. And America protect Saudi Arabia. They protect all those people over there. And what is it about oil? So now I don't know how Elon Musk, how he got rich. You can't get rich like that by selling cars, because there is Toyota. You ain't gonna outsell Toyota. You're not gonna outsell none of those Japanese cars. Elon Musk's car sale can never come close to those Japanese cars. So his riches, I know he has a lot of stuff and he have a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if he's the richest man in the world. They say he is the richest man in the world, but I don't believe that for 1 minute. No. America people, they got to shape up, man, because I'm telling you, this is not good. I'm going to turn my camera off. And, you know, Donald Trump, if he survived this 4 years in power, because I do believe that his Republican Party is going to turn against him and probably impeach him at some point again. They're going to impeach him again. You know? So, and you have to also remember the Supreme Court. Black people in America and Spanish people in America, and some poor white people too. You cannot say to yourself, you're going to get justice in America again, because the way that Supreme Court is operating, it's operating in a way that you don't understand. You can't understand what is it. You see the other day when they ruled against the TikTok ban, and then within by the Sunday, Donald Trump said, no, TikTok is going to be back in the air. So the Supreme Court, to me, does not have any say. I might not understand what's going on, but a lot of people don't. Because we thought that the buck stopped with the Supreme Court. And with the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court becomes such an embarrassing situation. The court becomes so embarrassing to the American people that they don't know what to do when they have a court case. They're not going to know what to do. They don't know where to turn because they're going to be scared to go to the judge. Because the judge is going to rule in favor of the people who put them in power. Like you see how many times they rule in favor of Donald Trump. The Supreme Court rules that Donald Trump cannot be prosecuted under no circumstances, I think. So if Donald Trump decides to choke you to death, if he decides to choke you, if he decides to shoot you, he's free. Don't play with Donald Trump. Do not play with this guy. He can kill you if he wants and get away with it. The Supreme Court told him that. I'm not lying, you know it. Supreme Court said, look, you're immune from persecution. No matter what you do, go kill somebody and you're free to go. That's a sad, 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 sad situation in America. And it shouldn't be like that. Because people saying America is the greatest country on earth. And you know what? I cannot blame Elon Musk from do whatever he wanted to do. Because he had the money, he had the power, and that's what counts in America. When you have the money and the power, that's what counts. Yes. So he's leaving Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, all those in his wake. He's a front runner, and he's the richest man in America, and it's gonna be that way for a long time to come because he has some of those politicians in his pocket. He has the money to buy the election if he wants. I'm not saying he buy the election. I don't want to accuse him of buying the election, but he have the money that can swing the vote in one party favor. You know? So you don't know who is going to support this. Go Elon, because that's what they give to you. You are the president. Elon Musk is the president of the United States. Because Donald Trump is dumb as it comes. I'm telling you. Joe Biden, he's dumb too. Trust me. The last two presidents are two dumb presidents.